we have a true patriot among us, somebody who's seen a lot and done a lot. Welcome to the front. Come on up.
I can keep going if you want. Brian, no, thank you very much. Yeah. Well, thanks again. Warm introduction, and my pleasure to be here this evening. And it's always fun for me to get out and talk about aerospace in Colorado because it is such a dynamic, thriving industry sector. It bleeds across all advanced industry sectors of our economy. Telecommunications, electronics, information technology, a lot of aerospace is just software development in Colorado, big data analytics. All those algorithms, they have to be developed, they have to be coded, they have to be part of software to turn data into real information. So we have this thriving space economy that's really pulling hard on technology development, really driving Colorado's economy in multiple sectors here. And so it led to creation of this job that I'm in. And it really resulted out of a study by the Brookings Institution that the governor started. And one of the recommendations was to appoint and have a aerospace industry champion to help be a focal point for this thriving industry sector in Colorado. So one thing led to another. At the time, I had retired. I was consulting, big business consulting. I was living in Colorado Springs, spending way too much time on trips back to Washington, too much time working out of my car, too much time working out of airport terminals. I could still open a lot of doors in the Pentagon for defense business. I go, this is just way busier than I want to be in a retired life. And my wife was taking a job here in Denver area, so we were making the move from Colorado Springs. So I started looking around the Denver area, and I see this job advertised with the state government, Aerospace and Defense Industry Champion. I go, wow, I'm an aerospace and defense industry consultant. I think this champion thing must be a promotion. And so one thing led to another, and I've been in the job. It'll be 2 years next week in the job, and I'm having a lot of fun. It's a beautiful state. We're growing. Aerospace is growing at 7.4% this year, and it's just a pleasure to help in any way I can to create jobs for Colorado, promote innovation, promote technology, promote aerospace, and I get to go to launches. and I'll talk about a launch I was recently at. We won't worry about the slides coming up, so Kyle, if you're still working on them, don't worry about them. I can talk without them, so no issue. Hey, what's a champion really do? What's a champion? Sometimes I'm introduced as, they forget the title and call me the space czar, or the person in charge of this. Well, really, in economic development, I'm an ecosystem catalyst. And so if you look at a thriving economic system, aerospace, just like any of our advanced industries, you put the business sector, the sector that creates jobs, produces end items, produces tax revenues at the center, and all that has to be supported by government. Federal, state, local, municipal governments have to have policy that builds a business climate, that eliminates barriers. So as a champion, I work with our federal government. I work with our congressional delegation. I hold forums with all the staff members understanding what are the issues that need to be changed or policy enacted to help grow this thriving sector, because we are heavily government funded, federal government funded in aerospace in Colorado. And then I work with the state legislature. We have an aerospace and defense caucus, and I work with our state legislators. Most of it is just plain education and information and how big this economic sector is and how important it is to our economy. I also talk a lot about unmanned air systems with our legislature. It seems to be a big or a bubbling issue right now, especially on social issues with unmanned air systems or drones. I'm starting to say drones more often than I am on unmanned air systems. and it's okay to say drones, but especially when it comes to areas of privacy. And so and last year there was an issue, a bill proposed, and I was against the language in the bill. The governor's office actually gave me permission to go testify against the bill in the Senate Judiciary Committee. So I do things like that also in my job. Now, so there'll be some other bubbling issues here on, I think, on UAS and drones and privacy issues. Other areas I get involved with are trade associations. Colorado Space Coalition, which is run out of the Metro Denver Economic Development Corporation. So I work hand in hand with the Space Coalition as a catalyst to promote the industry sector. Colorado Space Business Roundtable, promoting generally small business development in Colorado. And the Unmanned Air Systems Colorado is another trade association I work closely with. And then additionally, I have a title or a duty to help promote positive relations with the defense and military in Colorado. So I work with the Aurora Defense Council in working on any issues with Buckley Air Force Base, and with Colorado Springs. I'm probably in Colorado Springs at least one day a week. I work with the Military Affairs Council in Colorado Springs, as well as the Regional Business Alliance on any defense issues and defense industry development. Investors. I also do a lot of connecting businesses with investors. Sometimes investors will get a hold of me and look for businesses they are looking to invest in. And so I connect and I make recommendations. And small business today, a group of businesses, these are unmanned air systems, we're looking for investment, what kind of investors and so forth. So I'm able to provide them that information on investors and what's available in Colorado to help them out. And so a lot of that. And then another job I really do as a catalyst is just plain public outreach, a lot of forums like this. And so I enjoy getting out, talking to the public, talking to whoever about aerospace in Colorado, why it's important to our economy, and where we're going. And I'll tell you about one event I recently did. It was probably the biggest thrill I've had in this job.